Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Technology Tuesday brought to you by Out of the Box Technology. We're excited to bring you these free webinars each and every week featuring things that are going on here at Out of the Box Technology, tips and tricks from in and outside of QuickBooks, hot topics that our industry is encountering, and every now and then a few third-party apps that we've partnered with. My name is Jennifer Darachuk, and I will be your moderator today. If you have any questions as we're going through the presentation, please feel free to send those over to me via the question function on your GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll be sure to answer those either at some stopping points throughout the presentation or at the end when we have a question and answer opportunity. A little bit of news about out-of-the-box technology if you haven't yet heard. Last month, we merged with our friends over at EBS Associates, and we have become one of the largest solution providers for QuickBooks. It's been a really exciting month here at Out of the Box Technology as we've joined forces with this extremely wonderful group of people out in Portland. And so I just wanted to let you all know, I wanted to welcome everyone from Portland to the team. Things have been going great so far. We're excited to start attending events together and just joining forces. Like I said, it's been a really great merger. A little bit about out-of-the-box technology. If you are unfamiliar with our company, we're a QuickBooks training, integration, hosting, and support company with a whole team of consultants that can help you in all versions of QuickBooks across a variety of industries. We have a development team that does custom apps. They do website design, data migrations, and of course we have our bookkeeping services, and that I'm sure is why you have joined us today as we are focusing on bookkeeping best practices. A lot of the business that we do is on bookkeeping because bookkeeping is such an essential part of the success of a business. So today I am very pleased to welcome Sharon Horger. She's one of our bookkeeping managers. Vicki Newton, as you see pictured here, is another one of our bookkeeping managers. She is with the Portland team out on the West Coast, so she is just starting her day today. So we're going to give her a little time to get acclimated and whatnot. So Sharon is with us today, and she's going to go over, as I said, just the basics of bookkeeping, best practices, and how out-of-the-box technology can help you in the area of bookkeeping. So Sharon, if you're ready, I will go ahead and hand things over to you, and you can get started.
Okay, great. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. The sun is shining here in Michigan, so it is a good day. I'm glad that you could join us. As Jennifer said, I'm going to be talking about bookkeeping best practices and how out-of-the-box technology can help you with those. Out-of-the-box technology works with businesses to put bookkeeping processes in place that help the owners manage their businesses more efficiently. Out-of-the-box can help with integrations of other programs you may be using, such as front-end software for sales. We also can assist with setting up integrations for a payroll system, time tracking, or inventory programs. There are always three questions that owners ask. The first one is, how much money did I make? How much revenue did I earn? Next, where is it? You know you had a lot of sales, but why isn't the bank account higher? There are a lot of expenses that are incurred to make that revenue possible, and you have to keep that in mind. How much will I owe in taxes? This is probably the biggest and most important one to owners of a business. Oftentimes, bookkeeping and accounting are used together to mean the same thing. When we talk about collecting and processing accounting data, that is called bookkeeping. Once the bookkeeping is complete, then the financial reports can be reviewed and analyzed. Why are good bookkeeping practices important? If you have hired a coach or advisor, they will want to see your financials on a regular basis. You want your financials to be correct. You've invested a lot of money and time into your business, and you want to protect that investment. If you decide to sell your business or get a loan, a potential buyer or the bank will want to review your financials. Therefore, you want those to be accurate. And most importantly, you do not want to pay more taxes than necessary. For financial reporting, there are two accounting methods that are used. First is cash basis. For cash basis, the transactions for revenue and expenses are recorded only when the corresponding cash is received or payments are made. So the revenue is recorded only when a customer pays for a billed product or service, and you record a vendor expense only when it is paid by the company. For accrual basis accounting, the income and expenses are recorded as they occur, regardless of whether or not the cash has been received or paid out. A key advantage of accrual basis accounting is that it matches the revenues with the related expenses so that the complete impact of a business transaction can be seen within a single reporting period. There are two important financial statements that are used to analyze a business. First, the income statement. The income statement is ran for a given period of time, and it shows your revenue earned and your expenses incurred. The second statement is the balance sheet. The balance sheet shows your assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. But this statement is only ran for a given point in time. The income statement can be run by month, quarter, year to date, or annually, and it can be compared to previous periods to analyze trends. The balance sheet shows your assets, which are your bank accounts and accounts receivable. Liabilities are monies that you owe, so that would be your accounts payable, credit cards, or bank loans. The equity includes any capital contributions or withdrawals and the retained earnings. The starting point of good bookkeeping is your chart of accounts. That's the list of categories that you'll use to record your business transactions, and it's organized by account type, and it varies according to industry. And this is an area where out-of-the-box technology can assist you. We are often asked to help companies with their chart of accounts. Companies want to know if they have their chart of accounts set up correctly, and does it make sense for the industry. There are several good bookkeeping practices that are used to manage your business. Out-of-the-box technology can help you put these good practices into place. As I said, having an appropriate chart of accounts for your industry is important. You want to record your sales and your cash receipts daily. This is something typically our customers like to handle themselves, but is certainly an area that we can assist with. Reconciling your bank account. A lot of customers hire us to be their second set of eyes on their bookkeeping, and this is where you'll most likely find if there are any mistakes. So out of the box helps most of their customers reconcile their bank accounts. We also reconcile your credit card accounts. You want to make sure all the credit card transactions have been recorded. Then you want to watch your accounts receivable closely. You want to be running an accounts receivable aging, probably weekly would be my suggestion, but you want to make sure your customers are paying you in a timely manner. And once again, this is typically something that the customers want to handle themselves, but we can certainly assist with that. You want to pay your bills on time. You want to make sure you have established good credit with your vendors and that you maintain that. Again, another area that most of our customers want to control when they pay their bills, but we can certainly help with that. Are there any questions on how out-of-the-box technology can help you with these best practices?
At this time, Sharon, I don't see any questions, but just as a reminder, anyone who's listening in, feel free to send over any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
And don't commingle your personal and business funds. If you are paying personal expenses out of your business account, then you're not going to have good financials. It won't really reflect what's going on in your business. And most importantly, close your books. This is a list of reports that you should be reviewing monthly once all the bookkeeping is complete. Again, your accounts receivable, you'll want to run that and see what you have outstanding for your customers. Accounts payable, you want to see what you have that's due to your vendors. You want to review your bank reconciliations. If you're taking inventory counts, physical counts, you're going to want to make sure that that ties out to the balance sheet and the inventory that is in QuickBooks. And you'll want to review your general ledger. That's where you'll find where you can see all your transactions and where they were recorded to make sure they've all been recorded correctly. And then again, you just want to review your financial statements. So you're also going to want to run an open invoices report. And you're going to want to look at unapplied payments. In the example shown, there's a $4,500 unapplied payment sitting in there. You're going to want to know what invoice does that belong to. Did the customer short pay the invoice? And you'll want to find out why. You know, that can always show signs of something wrong with your product or something similar. Then you want to look at old invoices. The older the invoice gets, the harder it's going to be to collect it. Next, you're going to want to run an unpaid bills report. Again, you're going to look for old invoices. And then you're going to want to know, is that truly due or is it an error? Then look for credits or unapplied payments. You want to make sure the vendor gets paid the correct amount. So if you have a credit sitting on the account, you want to make sure that gets deducted from the next payment. Then you want to review your bank reconciliation. You want to make sure the beginning and ending balance tie out to the bank statement. Look at your checks and ACH payments that were processed, and do those look right? Were they authorized? Make sure the ending register balance ties out to your balance sheet. Then look at the outstanding deposits and checks. Do those make sense that they're still outstanding? Next, you'll review your income statement. You can add a percent of income column and review the gross profit percentage and the net profit percentage. You can then measure the performance of your company against that of another business considered to be the best in the industry, and you'll know how you're doing. Then you'll want to review the balance sheet. Most importantly, you want to make sure it's in balance. Your total assets should always equal your total liabilities and equity. You can add a comparative column on this report too and look at the trends. Then you want to make sure that your underlying statements tie to the balance sheet. Does your accounts payable and your accounts receivable aging tie to the balance sheet, for instance? And the last step is you want to close your month in QuickBooks. Oops. Putting in a closing date will prevent changes being made to previous months. If you've provided financial statements to outside sources, you're going to want to make sure that those do not change. Out-of-the-box technology can assist you with your monthly bookkeeping. We can handle the whole process or just assist in certain areas. At this time, I can take questions.
Thanks so much, Sharon. We do have a couple of people who are just kind of asking about how much of the business here at Out of the Box Technology is on bookkeeping. And so since a couple people had asked about that, I thought I would just kind of give a little background and definitely jump in, Sharon, if I'm inaccurate in my explanation or if you have more to add. But as I mentioned at the beginning, at Out of the Box Technology, we have a lot of different service offerings and solutions for people in this space, and bookkeeping really is a part of it. But as Sharon has gone through, it's a really important and integral part of your business. You know, if your books aren't right, then there's going to be other problems that are a domino effect of that. And so we do feel that it's a very important and valuable service to be able to offer. I know there's a lot of franchises that use out of the box technology as their standardized, method of bookkeeping. It just keeps things consistent across the board so that the franchisor knows that all the franchisees are doing things properly and that the numbers that they're getting are not only on time, but they're accurate. And just a lot of businesses in several different industries that do utilize us. But it isn't the whole of our business here at Out of the Box Technology, but it is a big part. So just to kind of address that. Another question that we have here is, do you help with researching issues that potentially come up with two-way sync point of sale system? On occasion, double payments or payments not properly applied can cause problems, and can you assist with those types of issues?
Yes, we have a team of consultants that work with those types of issues all the time.
Awesome, thank you. Now, are there any sort of industries that our bookkeepers kind of specialize in, Sharon, or is it really across the board that, anyone from any industry we can really attend to?
No, we work on a variety of industries. We aren't really limited from working on any particular one.
That's exactly right. And like you said, there's such a wide variety of bookkeepers from different backgrounds that we aren't limited to just manufacturing or just landscape services or even just the franchise space. We've been in this business for quite a long time, and all of the bookkeepers that we have have really strong backgrounds. I know you and Vicki have very strong controller backgrounds. So the experience that you bring to the table just really adds to the service and solution that you can provide for each of our customers.
Right.
Okay, so the next question is, can out-of-the-box technology do an a la carte type service? What if I just want someone to do my payroll or my accounts payable?
Sure, we have a lot of customers like that. We have customers that we record their transactions for them on QBO and do their bank reconciliations, and that's about all we do for them. Then we have customers that we just run payroll for them. Certainly, we can do just about anything for a customer. Like I said, it can be the whole process or it can just be part of it.
Great, thank you. And that's another good point to bring up, is that the scope of the project doesn't have to be huge and grandiose for us to take it. I mean, any little thing that a customer client needs help with or needs us to look at, we can be as involved or uninvolved as you would like, right?
Correct.
So then how would the process work if someone wants to move forward and have one of our staff help with the bookkeeping? How do they get to their books? Do we need to have an on-site meeting? Can you work remotely? How does that process initially kind of kick off?
Okay, normally it comes through the sales department, and then they determine if it goes to a consultant or if it's just bookkeeping, depending on what you're approaching us with. If it's bookkeeping and it's QBO, it's pretty simple. We meet with you and you set us up as a user and tell us what needs done, and we can start working on it right away. with desktop, you'd have to provide some kind of remote desktop access for us, or you can move your file over to our hosting, and then we can work on it for you. So, you know, it happens pretty quickly once you make that decision.
Great, and that's another really awesome thing that I like about what we offer here at Out of the Box Technology. We do have bookkeepers, you know, in several different states, and we try to pair each client with the bookkeeper or consultant that will best suit the needs of what they're looking to solve. And, you know, if someone is really great at manufacturing and your business is manufacturing, we would try to pair you, but you don't have to live in the same town or right up the street, because there can be that remote relationship that they can still help you. And a lot of times that's a great way to do it, because you can kind of watch as your bookkeeper is doing some work if you want to, and just kind of see them go through the process. And then, you know, I know a great thing that I've always learned is first you watch it, then you do it, and then you've got it, kind of thing. So I think it's just really great, just the stretch that we can help people, you know, whether you're in Alaska or Hawaii or Ohio or Florida. I mean, I'll go to Hawaii and help you, but that's not economics. So we do work remotely, which is really great.
Well, Jennifer, we do have customers that we go on site, but those customers are typically near, you know, one of the bookkeepers that
Yes.
we have on staff.
Right, of course, definitely. And if there is someone, you know, in proximity to you as a client, we would of course explore that, and coming on site in person versus remote. So our next question is, what type of point of sale systems are you most familiar with, and is Service Bridge one of them?
I am not familiar with Service Bridge. We actually have many point of sales, and some of them have to do with the franchise businesses that we work on. But that would be something that the sales team could answer for you, all the different ones, you know, that we work with.
Okay, great. Yep, and I can follow up with that question as well. I just wasn't sure if you knew offhand for that. So our next question is, does Out of the Box do initial data entry or just more CFO services like financial reporting?
No, we do it all. We can do data entry for you, or, you know, we have the means to import some of that. So yeah, we can do entry-level stuff to high-level stuff.
Fantastic. Now, what about security for a client's information, as far as when the bookkeeper is working remotely or even as they're accessing this information? Can you talk a little bit about how they can be sure that there's security behind what we're doing?
Yes, we have secure, well, a lot of the customers, you know, put their documents that they want to give us, they attach them right to QBO, or we have systems in place that they can send us their documents through a secure program. And I'm trying to think, it's called Share File. They can share them through that, and then we can get them. So, and then any documents that we get from you are stored, you know, on that protected file.
Excellent. Yeah, and that's something we definitely want our clients to know, is that we do have the means to keeping their data secure, and, you know, it's not going to end up in the wrong hands whatsoever. So the next question is, if I have a CPA, do I still need a bookkeeper?
Well, your CPA would probably be very expensive to handle your bookkeeping for you. So a lot of companies, you know, hire a bookkeeper to help, and then the CPA then just prepares the tax returns. at Out of the Box, we don't do any tax filing for our customers. So a CPA would be necessary to handle that part of it.
Great, thank you so much. And then, do you have an ERP software package? And I apologize, I'm not sure what ERP stands for.
Well, we mostly work with QuickBooks.
Yes, absolutely. That's correct. And do you more heavily work with the bookkeepers, excuse me, do they have a more heavy experience on QBO or desktop, or is it really pretty even across the board with the different versions of QuickBooks?
Well, we all have backgrounds in desktop. A lot of, I would say right now, a lot of the clients that we have are using QBO and come to us for assistance because it is a little bit different than using desktop. So, you know, there are some tricks to making sure that things don't get duplicated in QBO. But no, I would say all of the bookkeepers have experience in both systems.
Excellent. And our next question is, do you file payroll taxes for clients?
Yes, we do.
Wonderful. All right. I think I've answered all the questions that are coming in through the queue. There's a couple that are kind of getting specific, so I would like to possibly address those offline. So if I didn't answer your question, I apologize. But like I said, I think some of them will take kind of a deeper dive, and we're always here, like Sharon's screen is showing, we can help. If you did want to get a quote for our services, if you're just not sure what it would cost, our sales team is really great at just really listening to exactly what you're looking for, and then they can provide a more specific quote and cost for what it would look like for your project. So those of you who are asking about that, I will connect with you offline here. But Sharon, thank you so much for joining us today and for answering the questions and just kind of giving a high-level look at the bookkeeping basics and why bookkeeping is so important to a business, and addressing again how out-of-the-box technology can be a solution for those bookkeeping needs. So did you have any final things that you wanted to share with the group?
No, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to join us.
Yes, thank you so much, and everyone on the line, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again here. As I said, we have Technology Tuesdays just about every Tuesday. It's really exciting this year. We have a lot of interest. We have a lot of things to share. So we are back next week with our Director of IT, Chad Lampton, is going to join us and talk about a program called Exclaimer Signature Manager. And it is something that we use here at Out of the Box. A lot of companies use it, and it really helps to streamline and manage your signature and your email a lot more efficiently. So if you have a lot of people working at your company and not everyone's signature looks the same, or you just need to update something for everybody, it's a really great tool. So if you want to come learn more about that, join us next week. And then our app team will be here to start off June, talking about our custom mobile app development and all the capabilities that they have there. So check out our blog. You can register for free. I will be sending out a link in a couple of hours with a recording to this session, as well as links to sign up for our upcoming Technology Tuesdays. So thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you took something away. And again, if you have any questions or you want to learn more, you can definitely reach out to us directly, and we will get you to the right person. So thank you all. Thank you, Sharon, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.